You should fear important people, for if you do so, you will not be heedless. You should also fear small people, for if you do so, you will not be known for acting like a thug. When things are not going your way, then think of those who are worse off than you, and resentment will naturally disappear. When your mind lazes off, then think of those who are better off than you, and your vital spirit will be naturally aroused. To be good at observing things, you must observe to the point where your mind merges with them, for only then do you avoid getting mired in the forms they leave behind. Speech is the gate of the heart. If you do not guard your speech closely, you divulge all the real workings of your mind. Attention is the mind's feet. If you do not control your attention strictly, it runs into misleading pathways. Although peach and plum blossoms are beautiful, how do they compare with the constancy of the green in the pine and cedar? Although pears and apricots are sweet, how do they compare with the intensely fragrant coolness of the oranges and tangerines? How true it is that a short life of luxury is not as good as a simple life that is long, that early blooming and fruitage are not as good as late perfection. Those who talk about the pleasures of mountains and forests have not necessarily really attained the pleasures of mountains and forests. Those who disdain talk of fame and fortune have not necessarily completely forgotten feelings for fame and fortune. Fishing is just a pastime, but even so one holds the handle of life and death. Chess is just a game, but even so it stirs the warlike mind. Obviously, it is more comfortable to minimize occupations than to avidly seek them, and it is more wholesome to be simple than to be clever. The months and years are originally long, but people in a hurry themselves shorten them. Heaven and earth are originally wide, but base people make them narrow. The 4 seasons are originally serene, but people who fuss and worry make them a bother. When you understand the sense of the here and now, the misty moonlight of the scenic likes will all enter your heart. When you break through the machinations before your eyes, the heroics of the ages will all wind up in the palm of your hand. Mountains, rivers, and continents are already just atoms, and we are but particles within those atoms. The physical body will presently turn out to be a bubble, a shadow, and so will all the other shadows outside your shadow. If you do not have the highest knowledge, you do not have the clearest mind.